want to see him, tell him I'm not here. Tell him I'm not... Tudor, how are you?
Come to offer my condolences, I have. I know it's been bad for a while, but it still come as quite a shock, see? Sit down. How were the rest of the girls?
Maureen was awful when they told her. Margaret was upset, I suppose. But she still went to Tesco's shopping.
Well, they've got to eat.
I hope nothing happens to me on a Tuesday, because if it did, you'd still go to your ballroom dancing.
How did Mavis take it?
She hasn't been told yet.
Oh, I bet she'll be awful.
Well, thanks for coming, Tudor. I'll tell the girls we called.
I'm not going yet.
Oh, sorry. I thought perhaps you couldn't stay long.
No. Ava would come over, only she's having a bit of trouble with the coil.
Pardon?
Well, she's convinced it's a dynamo, but I told her it's the coil it is. Well, either that or the engine needs a complete rebuild. Anyway, she took the car straight over to the garage. She'll be here for the funeral, though. Wouldn't miss it for nothing. Big ender now. What day is the funeral?
Well, it hasn't been decided.
Too early, of course. Aye. Tea, Miriam?
No, thank you.
2 sugars for me, and a lot of milk. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, Miriam, but he'd been bad for a while now, hadn't he? And I know it's pointless saying don't get upset, because I mean, you will anyway, won't you? And I can say that without fear of contradiction, because I know how I felt when I lost my father. When he was no spring chicken, see what? 73, 74. And with my father, it was a blessing in the end, really, because he was, well, incontinent.
My father was that as well.
And why not, after all? They were brothers.
Will you take carnation, Tudor?
I was thinking of getting a spray of chrysanthemums.
Milk! I'm on about carnation milk!
Oh, yes, anything will do. Will there be flowers, will there?
I don't know yet. I imagine so.
Only at your mother's funeral, there were no flowers, and I bought a big bouquet, and everybody thought I was an idiot for not knowing. And at your Uncle Eddie's funeral, there were the flowers, and no one would speak to me because I didn't bring any. So now, I like to get things straight as soon as possible. So there'll be no flowers then?
Tudor, I don't know. I said I expect so.
But how?
I'll give you a ring.
I'm not on the phone.
Then I'll get Austin to drop round and see you.
Well, if he stops by, if he drops round, and I'm not there, tell him to write it down on a little piece of paper and slip it under the door.
Isn't April back from the grave yet?
Now what? Do you want me to go get it for you?
No, I just thought you might have to be getting back to her, that's all.
No, she'll be over later though, if it's only to see Mavis.
Mavis isn't coming here. Margaret is having her.
Is that right? Oh, I bet she'll be disappointed.
She'll be livid.
And how will Margaret feel?
Livid.
Mavis came here last time she stayed though, didn't she?
I had her, yes.
How long ago was that?
How long ago did I have my nervous breakdown?
About 15 years ago.
Well, it was 15 years ago then.
So, she hasn't been out in that time. What I mean is, you girls haven't seen Mavis for 15 years.
No. She broke out 18 months ago. Only got as far as the main gate. Doubled back. Forgot where she was going.
So, there's no possibility of her coming out for good then?
She could come out tomorrow if there was someone to have her.
That's what I mean then. There's no possibility of her coming out for good. Couldn't you girls, you sisters sort of sort something out?
Austin, hurry up with Tudor's tea.
Here we are. Thank you, Austin. We were just talking about Mavis.
Ah, yes.
Must be awful to be locked up in a place like that.
She's happy enough.
But the thing is, Miriam, you haven't seen her for 15 years. How would you know?
Maureen went to see her a few weeks ago.
Did she? How's she getting on?
Lovely. Tea too hot for you? Have some more carnation. Austin, use the one from the fridge.
Nasty day out. Glad I put the wellies on.
It's raining so hard, Tudor. It might have been better if you'd stayed in the house altogether.
I had to pay my respects.
You could have sent a card. I'd have understood.
It's not the same though, is it? And the thing is, Miriam, it'll take a lot more than a drop of rain to keep me in it. Would you like us to do anything?
Who?
Me and Avril.
When?
On, the day.
What day?
Well, the day of the, funeral.
I think we'll be all right.
Would you like us to help with the spread, then?
No, thank you.
Avril is marvelous with the old sandwiches, and I make a very good almond cake.
I'm sure we'll be able to manage.
Well, if you need anything, just give us a shout, and one of us will be here. Well, I'm off then. Thought I'd better make a move.
And you've only just come.
Thought I'd stop by Maureen's, offer my
Condolences.
Yes.
I don't think Maureen will be there, Tudor. She had to go to the hospital on business, identify the body and so on. But why don't you go round to our Margaret's? I know she'd love to see you.
Well, the thing is, though, I've never really felt as though Margaret's ever really liked me.
Nonsense, Tudor. She thinks the world of you.
Does she?
Only yesterday she was asking about you.
I'll stop on by there then.
You'll be more than welcome at Margaret's, Tudor. And I know for a fact that she's got plenty of fresh milk.
I'll see you then.
Austin will let you know the day of the funeral.
I'll see you before then, though.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Tell me when you're coming, as I can be sure to be in. I'd hate to miss you both.
Shall we make it a Tuesday?
Lovely. What time?
2 o'clock?
Perfect. Austin will see you out. You don't mind, do you? Only I don't feel up to it.
I understand. I know exactly how you feel.
Where are those pills the doctor left me? I want to take them. I want to take them all.
Tudor's all right.
He's not your relation.
True, and it's not as if you're short a couple Tudors in your family now, is it? I reckon your grandmother and grandfather must have been brother or sister or something. There's definitely something wrong with the strain somewhere.
You're in no position to criticize my family. Just take a look at your own.
No one has seen Snow on my side.
You're forgetting Mansell.
He's not family.
You go as cousins.
My grandmother raised him, that's all.
I don't know about seeing Snow. I reckon he must have been born in a blizzard.
He only suffers with his nerves.
I suffer with my nerves.
And I just suffer.
And there's a difference in bad nerves and Mansell. If anyone ought to be put away, it's him.
You can't put someone away just because he pulls a shopping cart around everywhere with him.
I know. It's the fact that he calls it Rover that I'm on about.
He's lonely. He had a dog and it died. That's what that's all about.
He still has it, I suppose. The shopping cart.
As far as I know,
I wonder what he keeps in it.
it's rumored it's his life savings.
I reckon it's about 20 tins of pedigree dog food.
He's never done anyone any harm.
Neither is Mavis.
Come off it! Why do you think she is where she is? They don't call her Lizzie Borden for nothing.
Nonsense. Mavis wouldn't hurt a fly.
No, she just eats them. I'm telling you, I wouldn't like to be left in the same room as her.
She's never been violent.
What about your 18th birthday?
She had a turn, that's all.
A turn? She nearly killed me, and all I did was sit in her chair.
That was a long time ago.
We've still got the chair, still got Mavis, and I've still got the scar.
No doubt I'll be the one allocated to break the news to Mavis.
I don't see why. It isn't as though you're renowned for your subtlety and tact.
Margaret won't want to do it, that's for sure.
Maureen will if you ask her to.
She'll be far too upset for that. No, it looks as though it'll be another little job for Miriam.
You shouldn't complain, especially if everything really does go to you.
What do you mean if? You've read the letter, you've seen it for yourself.
Yes, but something doesn't smell right about it somehow.
What do you mean?
Well, for a start, I think it's very odd that you have it all.
She'll bloody kill her! I can see she's here! I recognize the car!
Now don't make a fuss.
Make a fuss! I should have known better than to make plans with her! Where the hell were you?
I was there, Maureen. I waited for 10 minutes. I couldn't stay any longer.
But what time did you get there?
10 to 8.
Can't have. I've been there since 1:45.
I was there. I even went up the street. Your house is all in darkness.
Well, that's bloody funny because I left the front room light on.
Perhaps I looked at the wrong house. It's been such a long time since I've been there.
Mommy, and what?
I'll get some towels. My goodness, is that Ruby? Oh, how she's grown.
Yes, well, she was only 18 months old the last time you saw her.
Doesn't time fly?
Say hello to your... Behave. Say hello to your Aunt Margaret, Rube. Take a good look because you'll probably be 21 the next time you see her.
Yes, we must keep in touch more.
Mom?
I must remember to put you on my Christmas card list.
Mom? Mom? Now you remember what I told you. You've got to sit there and be quiet.
Couldn't she have stayed with anyone?
No. Can I play with my Star Wars? Wait till you get dry first.
I don't know who she looks like.
Her father.
Do you think so?
They all do.
All?
All the kids in the street.
I don't suppose I'd recognize Anthony or Samantha now.
Samantha married well and went to live in Bolton.
Yes, I remember. I was so disappointed I couldn't make it to their wedding.
I'm sure.
I suppose they got something nice with the check I gave them.
They got an egg timer. Here, wipe dry.
Sherry for you, Maureen?
Oh, Tara, I brought some milk to have some coffee, so have some coffee later.
All right, later on then.
Am I drying now? You'll do. Can I play with my Star Wars now? Nice job of sherry.
How old are you now, Margaret? I've stopped counting.
She's 38.
I'm no such thing.
Yes, you are.
I'll be 36 next birthday.
Yes, like hell you will. You're 11 months older than me.
I'm 36.
That's right. And you're not twins.
You've both got it all wrong. I know exactly how old I am.
Look at her. You can tap on that for as long as you like, love. You'll be 39 next March.
Another sherry, Margaret. I'd better not. I'm driving. Right. Well, shall we get started? I've had a harrowing day and I'd like an early night.
Hey, what about me then?
Not that I'll sleep, of course. I'm far too upset for that.
No, don't you start. It's bad enough I've got to put up with her. Now, where are we going to start? Well, are there going to be any flowers?
Well, I don't think there should be.
Why not?
Because you won't find a spray under 6 pounds. That's it, isn't it? Don't be ridiculous. I knew we'd have this trouble with her. He said he liked flowers to be in the garden.
Who said?
Our father. When? With his dying breath, he told me I don't want flowers, he said.
Right then, no flowers.
How do we know she's telling the truth?
We don't.
I wouldn't lie about something like this. You'd lie about anything if you thought it would save you a couple of pounds.
Next, the Undertaker. Who are we going to have?
V.M. Owen, the same one who buried our mother. Our mother wasn't buried. None of us are likely to forget that.
Are there any objections to him? V.M. Owen it is then. And what about the minister?
The one who visited father in the hospital is nice.
Who is he?
He's not a proper minister. He only does it part-time.
Can he bury people?
He married Hugh's nephew.
Well, he must be all right. He'll do. We'll have him. What's his name?
I don't know. I'll find out.
Good. Now, the funeral. When shall we have it?
How about Thursday?
Why Thursday?
It's obvious, isn't it? Half day, early closing. That's not it at all. But if we were to have it any other day, I would have to find someone to cover me in the shop.
Aren't you going to shut it?
Shut the shop?
As a mark of respect.
But it's our livelihood. I'm sure you won't starve if you close it for 24 hours. What will Hugh say? He won't say anything. You make all the decisions. I don't see anything wrong with Thursday if the rest of the week is of no difference to you.
Thursday it is then. Now what's next?
The service. Where is it going to take place? The Chapel of Rest, surely. He's not going from that place. Why ever not? Because he didn't want to. How do you know? He told me. With his dying breath, he whispered it to me.
Seems to me he said a hell of a lot with his dying breath.
I want to go from the house, he said.
Then from the house it will be.
Whose house?
His own.
He can't go from his own house. It's not right.
Why not?
Because you can't leave a corpse on its own. It'll have to go from someone else's.
Whose?
Hers. He can't go from my house. Why not? Well, it's, Hugh and his chest. All that pollen will go straight to his chest, and he's got hay fever, too. There's no flowers, remember? I don't have anywhere to put him. The only place I've got is the garage. That'll do. Don't be ridiculous. We can't put him out there.
I'd have him with me, but there's scaffolding everywhere in my house.
He'll be perfectly fine in the garage. We can bring him in for the service. How about you have him here? And where would I put a coffin? The same place as I would. But I haven't got a garage. Well, he's my father, and I won't have him going from a place like that. Besides, where would I put my car in this weather?
What if we leave him in his own house, and we girls slept over there in turns?
I'm not sleeping with the corpse. But he's your father. I don't care who he is.
Well, I can't think of anywhere else to put him.
How about you put him in your front room? And where would you suggest I put my walnut cabinet, my piano, my room divider?
I've got an idea. Why don't we leave him in the Chapel of Rest?
I will not have him going from the Chapel of Rest.
Listen for a minute, will you? Why don't we leave him in the Chapel of Rest till the service? But we don't have the service there. We have it at one of the houses. The coffin can stay outside with the hearse.
Well, I only have one thing to say about that. Whose house? Exactly.
Which one of you two are going to give in?
I'm not. Neither am I.
Shall I toss a coin?
Everything that happens to this family, she's gotten out of.
Will you agree to that? Margaret?
I'll take a chance, yes.
Is that all right with you, Miriam?
Looks as though it'll have to be, doesn't it? Have you got a coin?
I don't know. I think I spent all mine on the bus.
Well, it's pointless asking her. She's like the queen. She doesn't carry money around with her.
Here we go. Heads or tails?
Don't ask her. I want to call.
Is that all right with you?
Yes, yes. Carry on.
Heads or tails?
I changed my mind. Let her call instead.
Hey, come on, for God's sake.
Heads. Best of 3. That's not fair. That's what you would have said. You should have said that at the beginning. You're nothing but a crook.
I'll toss again. Call.
She can call this time.
Well, bloody hell then.
Heads. Let me see that. Oh, she's always been a lucky sword.
So we do have the service here.
Don't forget to get your 10 pence back, Maureen. 2 minutes and it will be in her pocket. I wish you'd quit painting me as a penny pincher. Well, I can't help it. You are. I've never known anyone like you. I'm careful, that's all. Careful? Do you know she has a beautiful Christmas tree with 110 fairy lights on it? She puts it up every year, but she never plugs it in.
Don't stop. Oh, they couldn't help thinking about what I'd said after I'd gone to Margaret's.
What did I say?
I figured it'd be hard for you, not having a car, and you, not liking driving very much. And we just had our car back from the garage. So I said to Avril, come on then, I said, let's go get her for them. Bring her in, Avril.
Oh my heavens, it's Mavis! Well, I don't know who you people are, but a Merry Christmas to you all!
Will you put the rest of the furniture?
I'll get rid of it.
Including the walnut cabinet.
Including the walnut cabinet.
It's amazing.
What is?
You couldn't put a coffin in there, but suddenly you've got room for a double bed.
I never said anything about a double bed.
What happened to Mavis is all right where she is? She's well taken care of.
She probably was, but I'll sleep much more comfortably knowing that she's safe here with me.
I'll guarantee you won't sleep at all if she moves in here with us.
It'll be all right, I tell you.
Are you forgetting what it was like the last time she was here? We were all on Valium, including the dog. Mind you, she did keep the flies down. What's she doing?
What do you mean?
She just took a pill then.
Did you? Have you got the pill in your mouth? Are you sure? Stick your tongue out. Go on, stick it out. There's nothing on her tongue.
Well, then she swallowed it. She took something. I saw her.
All right, you can put it back now. She's on the pill! Don't laugh at me! You did? Me? She probably means the warden. You were the warden last. Why do you take them, Mavis?
Well, so I don't have babies.
Get her out of here! I'm glad you can all laugh about it. It's a warden gift. Did I give them to you, Mavis?
Yes.
Did I have reason to?
I should think so. I can't imagine them giving out the pill because they run out of Skittles.
Do you have a boyfriend, Mavis?
Of course I do.
Who is he? What's his name?
Ryan.
Ryan who? Get a pen, Austin. Write this down.
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds!
She's making fun of me. Now listen, Mavis. I want you to think very carefully. It's very important that we get the next answer right. Has anyone been taking advantage of you?
Of course they haven't. Now she's on the pill. She can take advantage of them.
I've got to call that place, Austin. Heaven knows what's been going on there. Which brings me back to my point from earlier on. She's not safe there anymore. She's far better off here with me.
But how will we stay sane?
Yeah.
I don't know whether to take the pills from her now or let her finish them off.
Oh, I'd let her finish the month if I were you. You never know. She might have gone to an orgy last week.
Last Thursday. I haven't taken them since last Thursday. I keep forgetting.
Why don't you give them to me, Mavis? I can make sure you take one a day, every day, until you finish the course.
You make it sound like penicillin.
Give them to me, Mavis.
No.
Look, you're going about this all the wrong way. Here's how to do it. Look, Mavis, you remember the warden giving you the pills? Well, now she wants them back. This time she'll give you one every day until you finish the course. Will you do that, Mavis, will you?
Ha! So that's how you do it.
There's only one way to handle Mavis.
And that's to leave her get on with it. Don't forget your 18th birthday. I'd hate for her to have another turn.
I'll get it. You're probably right. The last thing I want is to upset her.
I don't know what you think you're doing. There's absolutely no possibility of her staying here with us for good.
You don't understand.
I can't imagine what you're thinking.
It's all to do with the letter.
What letter?
Visitors.
I'll explain later.
Tudor and Averill.
Oh, that's all I need.
Hello, all.
Tudor, Ava, nice to see you. I'm sorry I can't offer you any tea. They're digging up a gas main at the end of our street and our stove is off.
Funny, I didn't see any workmen about.
Which way did you come?
The top way.
Top way.
Ah, well, they're at the bottom end.
Hello! My name is Mavis.
Hello, love.
And who are you?
Tudor.
And who's this?
Don't you remember Averill?
Of course I do. Sit down, Sandra. Well, I'm going to introduce you all. This one's Jean.
Jean.
Jean. And this one's Arthur.
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 And this is the new one, Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Dorothy. She only came this morning. Attempted suicide. Pills.
Ah, here we are.
Look after these for her.
Austin, why don't you take Mavis in the other room? See what's on the television.
I'm not going in there on my own.
Josie will go with you. I was just going out. You can go out later. Go on, Mavis. Go next door with Dr. Davis and the nurse.
Am I going to have an internal?
No, you're going to have your eyes tested. She's hard work, but she is my sister after all.
Of course, yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Come about the arrangements I have. Austin never stopped by like you said he would.
Didn't he let you know? I told him to.
Must have slipped his mind, I expect, with, well, everything.
Everything.
Yes, well, the service is today, and it's from here, and it's 1 o'clock.
What about the spread then?
What about it?
Will that be here as well, or would that be at someone else's?
Else's.
No, that's here too. We were going to have it at my father's house, but I thought better of it. What's the matter?
Go on, tell her.
Well, it's about Mavis. We were talking about it the other night.
Night.
Frankly.
Yes.
Yes. We were talking about it the other night, and we thought perhaps she might like to stay with us instead of going back to that other place.
Other place.
We've got a spare room. You think she'd like that?
You've been talking to our Maureen, haven't you?
Maureen? No.
You haven't seen her this morning?
We haven't been out till now.
Now.
Well, it's very kind of you to offer to take her on, but there isn't any need, really.
Ah, but we'd like to.
Like to, yes.
I know how you feel about sending her back to that other place. Austin and I have a very similar opinion. That's why we've decided to keep her on here.
Have you?
We thought it best.
Well, I think that's marvelous.
Marvelous.
I'll remember your offer, though, and if you'd like to have her with you from time to time, I'm sure we could arrange something.
That's good, because I was saying to Averill.
He was saying yes.
Yes, I was saying. I didn't like the idea of her going back to that place all on her own by herself.
Oh, she wasn't short of friends from what I can gather, especially the male of the gender.
Mavis always was one for the boys, especially when she was younger, too. Attractive little thing she was.
Attractive, yes.
Mavis wants you both in the front room.
Us?
Well, she's asking for Beyonce and Jay-Z. I assume she means you two.
I want to thank you for what you're doing for our Mavis. There's not many brothers-in-law that would put themselves out like that. I appreciate that. Come along then, Averill.
What's he on about? What am I doing for Mavis?
You're giving her a home.
No, I'm not.
This is my house as well as yours.
You can have it all if she moves in here with us. I'll be moving out.
Let me explain it to you.
Nothing you say will make me change my mind.
Well, it didn't go off too badly. Help yourselves to something to eat.
Yes, grab one quick, Averill. If we all grab one, there'll be nothing left.
There's plenty there.
Plenty? You can see the pattern on the plate now.
120.
I go on. I'm starving, see, and feeding too.
You haven't taken them all, Maureen.
I've only had 3.
That's over half.
Pass this to her.
No, I don't want it now.
Are you being funny?
Not at all.
Pass this to her.
I don't want it, I said. Keep it for the next funeral. Next one, yes. Makes you wonder who the next one will be.
Oh, that's not nice to think about.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's you. He's not as young as he used to be, and his chest is definitely getting worse.
That's the only thing about marrying an older man. Chances are he'll go before you.
I'm not too worried. We've taken ample precautions. He's heavily insured. No one's having anything after me.
Taking it all with you, are you?
I'm working on it.
And if your Hugh should go first, like you said, that suit he was wearing today would fit Artes lovely.
Isn't it marvelous? He was wonderful on his clothes. That suit you're talking about is the same one he got married in.
I thought it was, and the color was so right for the occasion.
Twice it's been washed since he got it. That's 16 years.
Well, they don't get dirty when you only wear them for weddings and funerals.
It's been worth every penny he paid for it.
I can see our Des in that suit.
Well, he's not having it. If anything should happen to Hugh, he'll be buried in it.
Good idea, especially with the price of shrouds these days.
How much does a good funeral cost these days?
Oh, about £5,000–6,000.
As much as that? It'll get to the stage soon where you can't afford to die. I don't know what you're going to do then, Maureen. You can't get that out of a catalogue.
The stage can bury me, or they can dump me at sea.
With all that nuclear waste.
No, I wasn't thinking that far out. Just stuff Barry Docks will do.
What if you come back in with the tide?
Then they can bury me in the sand. Let the crabs have me. I'm not bothered.
I see you're going to be another burden to the taxpayer.
Why not? You're a taxpayer, aren't you?
Of course.
Well, that's all right then. I'm determined to have something out of her.
Me and Tudor are going to leave our bodies to science.
Do you think they'll want them? They'll have to preserve the wellies as well then. And what are they going to try to preserve of you?
Nothing. I did suggest they try to preserve all of me, but they said it wasn't practical.
Why not? I thought it would have been the easiest thing in the world to stick you on a shelf somewhere in a bucket full of brine.
No, listen. I'm going to be dissected by 35 medical students.
Doesn't the thought of all those young men looking at you put you off?
Not at all.
Weren't you forgetting what day it is?
It's Thursday.
It's the day of our father's funeral. Let's talk about something else.
I thought he looked so peaceful when I saw him earlier.
You should have seen him after I took Mavis in there.
What happened? No one has said.
His expression changed. Mavis threw a fit.
She had a turn, that's all. And it's to be expected. She didn't know she was coming home to a funeral.
You should have told her on Saturday as soon as she got here. Poor bugger thought she was going on holiday. I ought to go up and have a look at her. I haven't seen her since she's home. I think I'll dip up now.
No, she's all right. Stay where you are, Maureen. She's perfectly fine. I went up to see her just before the service. She's heavily sedated. I told the doctor to inject her with enough Valium to knock her out through the weekend.
She's sleeping then?
Like a baby. Answer that, Josie.
No. I'm in mourning. Now this bugger's kicking the hell out of me.
Perhaps it wants to come out.
No, I'm not due for another 2 weeks.
What are you hoping for?
I don't mind. It'll probably look like Desmond, whatever it is.
She's probably hoping for another girl, really, aren't you?
Well, if you have another girl and you happen to name her Margaret, I could be persuaded to be a godparent.
You bugger off. One Margaret is enough in our house.
Who do you have in your household named Margaret?
Our cat.
What the hell's the matter with him? Is he on his own, Miriam?
No, the others are coming.
Where's Margaret?
What's the matter with Mansell?
Oh, he'll be all right in a minute.
Here you are. I brought it in for you, look.
Janeway! It's only a couple flagons, that's all.
Well, what's it for?
For us to have a drink, you know, wet the corpse's head.
Desmond!
Well, he would have wanted it that way. I'll set it up here for now.
Did you want me, Austin?
Oh, yes. Now, don't be frightened, but there's been a bit of an accident.
Is it you?
I'm afraid so.
Hey, I bagged that suit first.
What's wrong? What hospital have they taken him to?
Well, we haven't taken him to the hospital.
You've never left him in the cemetery.
We nearly did. No, he's in the passage. He's afraid to come in.
What has he done?
But now, don't get angry. An accident it was after all.
Hugh, if I were you, I'd get in here big quick and start confessing. It's ruined! Trust you to do something like this! Stop! I don't want you! Go into the kitchen, you can take it all off those doors! Well, what's been going on then?
I was there. I saw it. 1 minute, he's standing on the edge of the grave. The next, he's lying down there with his father-in-law. I had no idea they were flags, but I didn't know they were in that thing. Well, lucky for him, I happen to have my Wellingtons on. No one else would venture down there. Too afraid to get their shoes dirty, of course. And I almost put my shoes on, didn't I, Ava? Only I thought better of it.
Of it, yes.
And it was a new grave, 6 feet. Long way to fall.
Do you think he's broken anything?
Well, look now. I found these in the mud.
But Hugh doesn't wear dentures.
Well, then whose are these then?
They're mine, and I don't want them back now. I'll just stay floating in the grave. No No, it's not. I don't care about my teeth, but they're not doing what they like with my dog.
Shopping cart.
What's he on about?
All right, come on, let's have it out. What? Hugh has just told me what happened, and according to him, he didn't slip at all. He was pushed. Now you better believe I'm not leaving here till I find out who did it. So come on. Oh no, who's the culprit?
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
It was him. I saw him.
Was it you, Mansell?
You won't get anything out of him now. Normally he's like that.
I hate to break up anything, but has anybody got a bottle opener?
I'll get one, Des.
He was very upset. This whole business has taken 10 years off his life.
According to you, he didn't have 10 years left in him.
It was me. I did it. It was his own fault. He took my dog off me.
Shopping cart. There wasn't enough room in the car, so Hugh made him put it in the trunk. Then he threw a fit because he couldn't get in there with it.
From what I can tell, your family's loopy on both sides.
Here you are, Des. By the way, I wouldn't advise any of you ladies go into the kitchen. Hugh was in there with nothing on. He told me to ask you to hurry up. His feet are getting cold. Better get in my bathrobe, Miriam. Right then, glasses, they're here.
Cider it is. Does that suit everyone? Tudor? Manzo?
You can pour me a glass, I'm parched.
And what are the ladies going to have?
I'll have a cider, I said.
I wasn't asking you. I was asking the ladies.
April will have a sherry.
Sherry, yes.
Right then. So cider for the men and sherry for the ladies.
Would you like a drop of cider, Mance? Oh, come on, don't be like that. It's all over now. And you have your, Rover back now, don't you?
But we go everywhere together. He pines awful if he can't come with me.
Put your hands down, I can't hear you. Now, what did you say?
I'll have a cider.
Apart from Hugh, how did everything go up at the cemetery?
Great. Lovely service. And the old man went on like a trooper.
Does he, give his paw?
I'm training him now. He can beg, though. Watch. Beg, then. Go on. Beg for Dad. 1, 2, 3.
That was marvelous. How on earth did you get him to do that?
Took hours of
You
training.
might want to keep your eye on it. He'll be lifting its leg up to finish him next.
No, he won't. Anyway, he's house trained.
How's everything in there?
Oh, I feel sorry for him. Do you know she's more concerned about the soup than she is about you?
Yes. If I let my wife speak to me like that, she'd have the back of my hand.
And if my husband clouted me, he'd have a bugger back too.
Well, I'm the boss in our house, aren't I, Miriam?
You? Yes, that's right.
Right. How many passes around?
Let's drink a toast to Father. I'll call the others. Margaret, we're going to drink a toast to Father. Will you join us?
I'm busy. Toast him without me.
What about you?
I'll send him in when he's ready.
To the old man. If I missed anything?
Here's your drink.
I hope you're saying no to that drink they're handing round, Hugh.
Sure you won't join us, Hugh?
No, I never touched the stuff.
Are you feeling better now, Hugh?
Just about, I think.
Would you like to sit down?
No, it's easier to breathe standing up.
Your soup will be all right once she's finished sponging it down.
Sponging it down? She's soaking it in the bloody sink?
No one's touched our Tudor's almond cake yet. Try these.
No thanks, I don't like almonds.
That's all right. There's none in there anyway.
You have these.
No, I won't bother. Between you and me, I don't like it very much, but I can't go telling him that now, can I?
I mean, I would have come after you in a minute, but I just couldn't pull myself together. You have to admit, it was just so bloody funny.
Funny? I didn't think it was funny. Even the minister laughed.
Now he surprised me. I didn't think he'd see the funny side of it.
Funny side of it, if you hadn't slapped his face, he'd have been hysterical.
I'm still not sure I should have done that.
What else could you do?
He's full of surprises, mine for a minister. The last thing I expected was for him to slap me back.
Whose drink is that?
Mine. He's holding it for me.
And whose is that?
The minister's.
The minister isn't here.
Yes, he is, isn't he?
Yes, he's upstairs.
What's he doing up there?
I don't know. Probably gone up to look in on Mavis.
Hello, Mavis. Are you feeling better then?
Have you been bad then?
Not me, you.
You, I mean.
Good. I'm glad to see you're all better.
Are you sure you're not looking very well? Do you want to have my key? You can go have a lie down in my room if you like.
No, that's all right. Don't bother.
That's all right, because I haven't got a key anyways. Take care of yourself. Doing too much, I expect. Hello? What are you doing up? You're supposed to be knocked out.
Knocked out?
You didn't tell me it was market day and all these people. Say, what do you think of her as a warden?
Warden?
I don't like her much myself. She keeps pinching all my pills. Don't let her have any of yours.
I haven't got any pills.
Taken them all, have you? Well, see me after and I'll give you some of mine. Excuse me.
What the hell is she on about?
Her birth pills. It's a long story.
Who in God's name is she anyway?
What do you mean?
Who is she with? Is Mansell dating?
Dating Mavis?
No, not Mavis, her.
Well, that is Mavis.
What the hell are you on about?
Mavis, our sister?
That's not Mavis. Our Mavis is nothing like that.
Tudor?
I mean,
Here I am.
hello, love. Not her. I meant the one I should have pressed right back there.
No, wait. So I'd appreciate it if you go into the other room, out of harm's way, or go home.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. A mistake it was. Trying to help out, I was.
How's Mansell, Tudor?
All right.
And the shopping cart?
Oi, he can make the bloody thing bark now.
Oh, I hope he was behaving himself in there.
You. Now, there's a boy. Dark horse there.
Dark horse.
Okay, it's time to go before you cause any more trouble.
Am I forgiven then?
Yes, all right.
You'll give me a shout when she comes round then, won't you?
Sometimes I wonder if this family put the right one away.
Now remember, this family didn't put Mavis away. You did.
As I remember it, Miriam had the most to say.
You signed the papers.
I witnessed Father's signature, that's all. We all agreed it was for the best.
I did.
Mrs. Miriam Oliver.
Yes.
Sybil Brathwaite, Administrator, Fair Lawn. How do you do? I'll be brief. I imagine you're upset with the recent bereavement. Obviously, an explanation is required. May I speak freely?
Yes, we're all family, unfortunately.
Apparently, an error in our administration department, which was made some time ago when Mavis was first admitted, has caused this unfortunate situation. On the day that Mavis first arrived at Fair Lawns, another Mavis was admitted that same morning. Mavis Brindley. Mavis Bradley. So you see, I'm afraid this whole business is the result of an inexperienced clerk and a rather antiquated under a typewriter. Well, if it's any consolation, a similar situation occurred a few years ago with a Ron Mary and a Don Barry. Well, I must say I'm dreadfully sorry for any inconvenience caused. This is your correct sister.
Hello, Mavis.
I hope our other son hasn't been too much of a problem.
I'm no problem.
I see she's all packed and ready to go, so I won't keep you. Come along, Mavis. When can we expect your sister to return?
We're going to keep her here.
She's going to live with you.
With all of us.
She's going to be shared out.
Well, I am pleased. You hear that, Mavis? You're going to have a new home. Live with all your sisters.
Hey, Maeve, I wouldn't live with them. They all seem a bit funny to me. Keep an eye on your handbag and don't let her take your pills off of you.
Pills? They're in your suitcase.
She's not on the pill as well, is she?
No, they're antidepressants. Give as directed on the bottle. I had no idea you had decided to take Mavis on. There are release papers to be signed and so on, but I won't trouble you with all that now. I'll come and see you in a few days and bring them with me.
So I haven't got to come back here, have I?
No.
That's all right then.
Haven't you enjoyed your stay?
No, I haven't. They're all bloody cuckoo here.
Now, Mavis, you know you're not allowed to say words like that.
All right, bloody crazy then.
Bring your case. I'll bring you to arrange a visit one day next week.
Ta-ta! Ta-ta! See? Cuckoo. Don't let them get you down, Maeve. That's the main thing. And if that one over there offers you a job working in her shop, tell her you won't do it for under a $5. Come on, let's go. I've had a bloody gustful of it in here.
I feel quite numb. Hello, Mavis.
Come and sit by here, love.
I don't think you're getting through to her, Maureen.
She feels a bit strange, I expect. Would you like to sit down, Mavis?
Come over here, love. Come and sit by Mo. There you go. It'll probably take her a day or two to come round.
Leave her as she is. I think I can handle her better like this.
Where
is she?
What on earth have you... I thought I said, I think you'd better go and...
Shut up!
I beg your pardon.
I said shut up!
You're drunk.
I've had a drink, yes. Now I'm ready to go home.
You'll go when I tell you to.
Gone are the days, Margaret, when you can tell me what to do. I'm ready to go home now, so fetch your coat and get the car. Oh, and I won't have any arguments out of you. You'll do as I say now.
But we can't go now. Mavis has only just arrived.
You can come back and see her. Home!
You don't understand. She's not ready to come with me yet.
Come with you where?
She's going to be living with us for a few months. It's an arrangement we girls have made.
Then you can rearrange it. Nobody's staying in our house except for me and you.
But she has to come.
I'm not telling you again.
If she doesn't, I'll lose my share of Father's house.
Then lose it. Lose it. You've got more money now than you need anyways. Things are going to change from now on, Margaret. There's going to be a new me. A new Hugh. I'm going to the door. Follow me. If you're not there in 2 minutes, don't bother to come at all. 2 minutes!
Well, what are you going to do tomorrow?
I don't know. I've never seen him like this before.
What's happened about Mavis?
You heard what he said. I'm not to have her.
You know what that means then, don't you?
Yes, but the question is, does he mean it?
I reckon you've got about another 90 seconds to find out.
This is all your fault.
Mine?
If you had the good judgment not to have married a drunkard, none of this would have happened.
She's starting again, Miriam. Now you better warn her.
It's not her fault.
He not only drinks himself now, he inflicts it on other people.
I didn't hear Hugh refuse too strongly when Desmond offered it to him.
This is going to get us nowhere.
You keep out of this.
Don't you tell me to keep out of it in my own home.
Hugh has never been drunk before.
Well, if drinking's the reason for the sudden upper hand with you, then it's a bloody pity he didn't start years ago.
Oh, you're loving this, aren't you? You're loving seeing me done out of my share of the money.
Well, yes, I am enjoying it. I can't deny it.
It's not fair that you two should have it all.
Why not? We'll end up having Mavis.
I bet you all arranged this. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it was staged. How can we do Margaret out of her money? Leave it to me. I'll get Des to get him drunk. Load the bullets for him to fire.
You're a bad bugger, Margaret.
It's not a bad idea, though, and if I thought of it first, I'd have done it myself. You take it from me.
Margaret!
Your time's up.
Oh! What's the matter with her?
It's the baby. Better get Des. Go and get him quick.
Don't crowd around, I'll let her have some air.
I haven't passed out. I'm just starting to leave, that's all.
You better get him back to the house.
I can't go there. There's scaffolding everywhere. Better take me straight to the hospital. Phone for an ambulance.
You might not have time.
I'll take her.
Tutor will take me, yes.
There you are, Marie. Go tutor the Ford.
I think I'd rather wait for an ambulance.
We'll be there in 20 minutes in the car.
It's Tudor you're talking about, mine. I'll probably end up having this baby in the back of that Pinto.
Come on, Maureen, let's get you up. Fetch the car around, Tutor.
It's already out front.
Careful now.
Goodbye.
She said she was feeling a bit funny earlier. I'm Miriam Mavis. Do you remember me?
I still think you're making a huge mistake.
How can you say that? I mean, look at her. She's been here 10 minutes and we haven't heard a peep out of her yet. If this is how she's going to be, it's not a lot to put up with. Especially when you think of what we're going to get now, is it? And it's more now. Margaret turned her lot in.
She's not stupid.
Oh, she was furious. Hugh wasn't having any of it. He put his foot down.
Perhaps I should do the same.
Oh, look at her. She won't be any trouble at all. I just know it. Half the time, you wouldn't even know she's in the house.
But I still don't feel at ease somehow.
You're letting that business with my 18th birthday affect your judgment. She's changed. She's calmed down a lot since then.
But she's got this thing about me. She never liked me, not from the first.
Nonsense. Don't be paranoid. And having Mavis here is going to make quite a difference.
You can say that again.
No, I mean financially. We could have a nice new car, take a proper holiday.
A new car. Brand new.
Why not? We're talking about a lot of money.
I'd love a new car.
Well, there you are. Once we've sold Father's house, just say the word and you can have one.
And I wouldn't even know she was here.
You wouldn't know now if you couldn't see her.
All right, okay, we'll do it.
I knew you'd see reason. You won't be sorry.
I'm sorry already.
I'll take her to the front room. Come on, Mavis. Let's go see what's on the television, shall we?
Miriam, Are you sure?
Of what?
She's going to be all right, isn't she?
Trust me. Bring her case in, will you, Austin?
Miriam!